Happy Monday, everybody. We are back and we are so excited to be back. Wow. Things are bubbling up. It's starting to feel, dare I say, bullish again. But on this channel, we have never faltered from what we've been describing that's going on in the charts. Also, my macroeconomic thesis and theory. And, they're really adding, there's a lot of confluence happening right now, both in the charts and in the broader economy that show that maybe we haven't quite topped out yet for this cycle, right? So we've been digging into that, and man, we've been absolutely nailing it. Rob has been crushing it with some of his calls live here on YouTube. In fact, if you've been paying attention on this channel, you've been able to make a lot of money this past week. So we're back for another week of lives here, and we're absolutely going to smash it. Now, the question is, has this run been news driven, or actually have we been hinting at it in the charts that we've been looking at? Guys, if you've been on this channel and you've been hearing us say that bullish times are coming and at least another run up in altcoins and Bitcoin should be due based on all these factors, let us know in the comments, because we want people to get this information. A lot of people don't start talking about things until they pop off and they're crazy on X. We want to talk about it before then. So if you like that, smash the like, hit the subscribe, and share this with everybody. Good to see the Clash fam is here in full force. Cam, what's up? Cypherium, Leffer, never seen you before. The Clash fam is going strong. El Gamid, one of our tried and true supporters, thanks for tuning in, guys. It is going to be amazing. So a lot has happened since we stopped tuning. So happy new year. First of all, happy new year 2026, the year of the horse in Chinese New Year, animology, astrology, whatever you want to call it, is an insanely awesome year. It's a year of kind of like rebirth, transformation, as we're seeing is happening in the world. And I believe that this year is going to be amazing for crypto. So most notably, what has happened is that the U.S. has gone into Venezuela and captured or taken back President Maduro, and he's now on U.S. soil. He actually went into court, I believe it was today or yesterday, and pleaded not guilty and says he's a prisoner of war. So a lot happening. However, I do have a lot of Venezuelan friends. If you're Venezuelan listening to this, let me know how you feel about it. But they are rejoicing. The people have been under incredible suppression for years and years and years. And I think that they've inflated the dollar, the Venezuelan peso, I don't know what it is, so much that it's about 99.99% worthless, right? You'll see them laying in the street. I mean, the Venezuelan people have really been going through a lot of pain and suffering. So they're actually rejoicing. All of my Venezuelan friends, I mean, tears, crying for joy that this has happened. So hopefully it ends up being a very good thing. If you're Venezuelan, yeah, let me know how you feel. But so on the back of that, Bitcoin rallied $3,000 that day. And the question is, okay, is this what's making the rally happen, or have we been pointing it out in the charts? Now, a lot of you know we have been pointing it out in the charts. And in fact, just before we signed off last Thursday for Crypto and Cocktails, we said that altcoins could be getting another run up based on, everything that was happening in the charts we were looking at. And now today we're going to go over Bitcoin dominance, because we're actually seeing some very bullish signals there. So all of you know who are tuning into this, the OGs, that it's time to rock and roll. So if you're not paying attention or you haven't up until now, it's time to tune back into every single live and go back and rewatch them, because there's a lot of gems and a lot of tips and strategies on how to fine tune your trading. And also, we are paying for your tuition. For those of you who don't know, the link is in the description below, okay, to sign up to our VIP Hive Telegram group, where you can deposit any amount, transfer that to your futures account, and you will get a $100 bonus to learn how to trade. Guys, I mean, that is a no-brainer, okay? Sign up. You'll be supporting the channel. You'll be part of our amazing group who's been smashing it with call-outs over these past 5 days that we haven't been on YouTube. So, yes, Almanim, good morning and happy Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy New Year. It's a joyful time, guys. We're starting the year off strong. Been busy with the restaurant. Didn't have time to catch up on our favorite show. I like that. But yeah, I hope it brings prosperity to you, Almanim, and to all of you who are watching. I truly believe you are going to have great success this year. Java and Solana to the moon. Absolutely. Solana is looking like it's going to have a big pump. In fact, Rob had been calling out about $100 Solana. He said it may go down to $125, $100 level. And nobody believed that at the time that he said it, right? So I just want to point that out, because, it's important to understand that the real alpha is given when nobody else is looking at it or calling at it. Like a lot of influencers on YouTube will wait until coins start popping off hard before they call them. We actually have a channel within the Hive Telegram called 10x Phoenix, and that is where Rob is posting some of those plays that he believes could become the next 10x and beyond for this cycle before it happens on the ground level, and actually helping you get in and out. So if it looks like it's going to fail and go down 30% lower, we'll actually tell you, hey, maybe now's the time to get out and wait. Okay, so that's like not normal either. So we're trying to give you as much value as we can, is what I'm trying to say here. So happy New Year to you guys. Let's absolutely crush it, ride this wave. This year is our year. Okay, I truly believe that. So okay. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hi, welcome to the channel. All newcomers, welcome. You got to get in the group right now, guys. Sign up. The link will take you to our verification bot Telegram to make sure you sign up to BYDFI, and then you'll be eligible for that bonus that we still have going on. It was supposed to be only a couple of weeks, and we said, you know what? It's been tough times here in crypto. We want to give that value to you as long as we possibly can to make sure you don't give up and you don't quit, because we are right there, guys. We're like those diamond miners who are mining. Don't turn around before you hit the gold or the diamonds, right? So that's just what it is. So news-wise, before we get looking into those charts, okay, a lot has happened, but mainly, you know, this political stuff that seems to actually have had a positive effect on Bitcoin. Although, is it really the news, or have we been seeing it in the charts? That's the question. And you know what? Show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. That's the motto on this channel. But a lot has happened. Actually, CNBC is saying that U.S. government could seize Venezuela's Bitcoin and crypto reserves. The U.S. now seems to have control on a lot of Venezuela's oil. So a lot of things are happening in the world in just a short amount of time, guys. They went into this private ops thing and extracted the president just before he closed down the second vault. So he couldn't get the door closed in his second bunker. And that's apparently how he was captured. It's crazy. It's been a really crazy time of transformation in the world. And now the president of Cuba feels threatened, and he's actually threatening the U.S., saying, you better not come here, right? So who knows? Cuba could be next. Michael Saylor's strategy now owns 673,000 Bitcoin, worth over 63 billion. That's more than 3.2% of the supply. So the supply shock is happening right in front of our eyes, guys. Like, they're buying up this Bitcoin, but it's not making, it's not moving the price, because they do this over the counter. So they don't do it right off the market. That would be insane. That would cause a lot of crazy volatility. So they go over the counter and buy these Bitcoin. Okay, so that's another thing to keep in mind. So the Trump administration, Eric Trump is saying, in just 4 months, we built one of the fastest growing and strongest Bitcoin companies on earth. Well, could that have something to do with that you're the most powerful people on earth? Probably, but it's good. It's bullish for us, guys. It's bullish that they're saying that and talking about it. And there's a lot to look at. So we have also Rob posts the heat maps constantly in the group, keeping you updated. Also, we post about crypto unlocks. There's a lot of tokens being unlocked, and that's in the Crypto Megan Alpha channel. So we just keep you informed on all the things that actually do move the markets, okay? Bank of America officially begins recommending that clients invest up to 4% of their portfolio in Bitcoin and crypto. 4%. We're going up. First is getting off zero. And now we're at 4%. Where will we be in the next couple of years, right? And that is official advice out of Bank of America. That is crazy. We never thought that we would see that. So lots of things are happening. Also, on-chain metrics that show us that maybe the whales are coming back. So I posted some information in the Crypto Megan Alpha channel about whales accumulating Solana, and that's been happening. Solana DATs and ETFs now hold 28 million SOL, worth 3.8 billion. Okay, quietly accumulating. That is what smart money's doing. We've been saying it all throughout the holidays. Okay, when things have been slow and people are not paying attention, they are making moves. Also, last things I'll say about on-chain metrics is Bitcoin inflows to Binance show 34 times the increase in average deposit size, signaling larger holders are becoming more active on the exchange per quant data. Okay, so whales are silently creeping back in, guys, and it's time. It's time. If you haven't been tuning in, if you've been busy, it's understandable, but now is the time. Yesterday was the best time. The last month was a better time, but today is the best time, because it's a new opportunity, and we're in a new year, and it's time to, get serious about this. So we're going to look at some of those charts that show us and have been showing us that we could expect some bullish action. Okay, so let's invite Rob up to the show. How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing really good. How are you doing?
Good. We're excited to be back. Everybody's been missing the show, it seems. And with, it's understandably so, because we've been making a lot of money just on this YouTube channel, live call outs, guys, and Rob's been showing you how to chart them. Really a big gift to the community. So we're happy to be able to do that. And we're just happy to have you guys here. So how have things been over the holidays, Rob? Fill us in.
Oh, just hanging out with the kids, enjoying the New Year's, out a little bit of sled riding on the hills and stuff like that, going some hikes in the snow and all that type of stuff. So doing really
Fantastic.
good.
Amazing, amazing. And even if we haven't been as active trading, the group is still going. That's why it's called the Hive, because this is a group effort, and they've been helping with call outs when things are moving, and been actively figuring things out together. So it's been a real amazing ride. We've been getting a lot of wins over this past week while we've been signed off of YouTube, right? So
Oh
I don't
yeah,
see
tons of had
Mhm.
SUI hit TP1 today from a call out from last week, stuff like that. Night we nailed the long on it. Now we nailed the short on it. We called a short on night as well too. So we're still nailing everything each direction. We're not being biased as always. We're sitting there trading with the trends. I even said, hey, we might be getting some short plays today, which we got some short plays in. Some of them are still kind of stagnant, but we're kind of waiting for some of those to kind of play out. And we're gonna be looking for some new longs for swing longs. So like I've been saying, swing longs are going to be good to play as well too. So we're looking for some more confirmations on those here for more of a I'm expecting some retests to happen here soon. We'll be showing that in the charts here later on in the show as well. News, I mean, the Venezuela news is just one of those things now that America owns. I mean, I also want to say congratulations to everybody that lives in Venezuela that's
Mhm.
excited about this and sharing. That's all I've been hearing is from Venezuelans themselves. They're very excited about this, and they're excited to
Yes.
get their freedom back from the way everything I've read and understood about it. They're very
Yeah.
excited about having freedom back. And I'm guessing if you're Venezuelan in this on this YouTube channel and into crypto, you're all about freedoms. That's what crypto is also about as well too. It's about
Yeah.
freedom of using your own money and having no control over it and stuff like that. So congratulations on potentially you're hoping you're getting your freedom back and everything that you guys should be get back. But with that being
Yes.
said, the how that's affecting the markets, I think right now overall, just kind of looking around the whole basis here, that's going to affect the energy sector significantly with the U.S. having some kind of control or contracts with the oils and stuff like that, and the biggest oil reserves, and that there just affects everything. And also too, now that I'm trying to do some more research into it, but now that the U.S. has that's now getting all kind of smashed and everything in that area, and U.S. is back in that air territory, we no longer have dependence on different geopolitical areas with like oil, like buying oil from different countries like Iran or Russia and stuff like that. So that's going to be a very big landscape change for everything. And that
Right.
everyone's there was, I mean, that might have been the thing that everybody was waiting for. And energy just affects everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is a form of energy, guys. Like energy is what rules the world pretty much, and I just feel like this is going to be massive. And China feels very, very threatened and saying we don't approve this. So India
I
together.
gotta step
So
outside real quick and look for my kids when I get off the bus.
okay, no problem. So while you're done about oil, because Rob's right, it is going to change the world, and we should examine this. So let me just take this go down. 1 second. Let me try to upload this file. I really want you guys to see how this is going to affect the world. Looks like we need to do this. Let's see here. Let's take Rob down for a minute. But yeah, so basically, oh, I don't know if it's up there, if you guys can see it now. Not quite yet. Sorry, guys, technical issues. Let me try to get this up. I don't know what's wrong with this particular file. Okay, there we go. It looks like it's all right. Here we go. So the Kabisi letter. I like this because they provide data about the economy. Okay, and it's saying, in case you didn't realize what just happened, Venezuela holds the largest oil reserves in the world. 300 billion barrels. Okay, the U.S. is now running Venezuela with large U.S. oil companies moving in, according to Trump. And the U.S. now controls the largest oil reserve in the world. We're no longer dependent on other countries for that oil. So it actually is huge. If you look at it here, we're above Saudi Arabia now. I mean, Venezuela is just the largest reserves in the world. So that is definitely going to impact the power play, right? Like it's a huge power play at the end of the day to not depend on that oil from these other countries. So how will that affect the economy is the question. For now, I mean, again, we on this show we like to talk about what the charts say and not the news. But for now, it seems like people are responding bullishly as Bitcoin had that $3,000 rally right in that moment. But again, It's a question of which one came first. Now, I definitely don't think it hurts at all. I think it definitely helps the situation. So here we've got somebody, a Blom, who believes we will explode to the downside. But it's not what the charts are showing us right now, a Blom. Maybe later on, but right now the charts are showing something different, specifically Bitcoin dominance, which we'll go over with Rob in a little bit.
Yep. I'm ready to jump into the chart. Do I have it pulled up? I have Sol pulled up. I was checking out Sol, but I'll go ahead and pull up my charts here.
All right, let's check it out. Let's get into the facts, guys, because we can talk about our opinion and our theory and our thesis, which are important. Fundamentals are important for long-term investing, but let's see what the charts say, because those are facts. Those are not opinions and they're not emotions, right? So as soon as Rob gets this pulled up here, speaking of which, emotions, we are still in fear. Believe it or not, we are still in fear, and we've been there for a very long time, oscillating between fear and extreme fear, which typically, I mean, if you just want to dumb it down to the absolute simplest of factors, that's typically the best time to buy, right? If you believe in an asset long-term. So we'll start there at that base case, and then we'll work our way up, right? So that being said,
technical difficulties on getting them pulled up here.
Yeah. Okay, you log off. We'll talk a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a little bit strange, guys, on the technical side. I don't know, new year, new glitches, but we are still going strong on this channel. Like, let me know, have you been trading? Have you been waiting? How are you feeling? Are you excited about the new year? Do you feel optimistic? Are you still kind of down in the dumps about the markets? I mean, I am telling you, if you feel that way, you do not give up now. That's all I will say. Do not give up now, because this is right usually when the market starts to swing, when everybody is on the verge of saying that this is done and it's never gonna, nothing's ever gonna change. Look at what's happening in the world. I mean, things are changing, and we need to either ride that wave and get on that train or get left behind. That's how I feel about this. So I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your New Year's resolutions too. Sometimes it really helps to write those out or just say them out loud and get them out into the universe. So that's also really important. I'd like to know what you guys are focusing on. But as far as the Hive, what plays we've been looking at, I mean, we're going to go over what happened with Rob, in these past like live call outs that we've been doing. But wow, I mean, absolutely smashing it. Actually, Rob gave his update and his insights on what he believes is going to be happening for this year based on what he's seeing in the charts. That is all in the group for free still. All you have to do is sign up to BYDFI and then get your $100 bonus and get rocking and rolling. So it looks like Rob is back, and I think the charts are uploaded. So we get to show them in the end. Shall we do it?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
So I'm going to go ahead and get my Bitcoin dumpster. I just turn everything off and turn it back on. For whatever reason, nothing wanted to work really well.
Yes. And Lobo, yes, let us know those New Year's resolutions. Do you have any, and what are they? And get them out into the universe, guys. Get them out into the chat. Declare what you want to have happen in your life as we go through this stream, and good things will happen.
All right, so we're going to be looking right here at the 1 month Bitcoin dominance chart, which I think it's a very high time frame chart, very strong. You see almost all the data on it. And I was just kind of looking at it here, and this goes with the thesis of going with the Q1 as a bullish, very bullish for alts and Bitcoin as well too. And we are going to be so over here where the red arrow is at, that was bearish. Orange, that was kind of like the pre-idea before like a big altcoin run. So, and we came back up and we made so right there you got two touches. You can make a trend line off of that area right here. Now we got a third touch where we've been running up for the whole cycle for this whole cycle here. We got rejected. Now we're kind of like in that midsection right here. And I drew some fibs on it as well too. So this is 0.5 Fibonacci retracement is all the way back down to 52%. So I'm looking at potentially that taking all the way to Q1 to basically into April, May or so to get all the way back down in that area. And if that ends up holding us support, which we have a very strong support in those zones. So it's going to be a very critical area I believe if we get back down in that area to start paying attention and zooming out, zooming in, and seeing if alts are going to be getting ready for a big retracement again. So let's go. Where's my drawing tool at? So yeah, you got right in this area, which I have these extended a little bit here. You see how we have the SMA 50 right here as support, and the SMA 50 here in the monthly time as support. So if we come back down and hold this zone right here, we could be sitting there seeing a bounce back up to the trend line, and that will make another big pullback on alts after they're done running, and that's going to help us time this whole move for everything right here. But if the 0.5 fib breaks and bearish retest, then the idea will be that we're going to lose that bearish retest it, then go all the way back and go to this trend line. And we'll have a giant, and alt will just keep running. So that there is going to be my indecision point to where we have to start paying attention a lot more stronger. In my opinion, Bitcoin dominance is going to be dropping down further for the Q1 and during this time right now. And we're going to be getting some good, at least some good recovery runs on the altcoins, in my opinion. Do they go to all-time highs or not? No, they don't go to all-time highs. I have no idea. My strategies aren't based on things going to all-time highs. Even my 10x Phoenix picks, they're not based on things going to all-time highs. I look for tokens that have extreme major pullbacks. They go all the way back to listing candles, make new all-time lows, stuff like that, and start getting some potential strong bullish structure on there. They start holding support, and they make a 10x run that's not even an all-time high. So
right. And so that 10x Phoenix is like kind of rising from the ashes or rising from the dead. You can get that 10x move, doesn't necessarily mean it'll go back to all-time highs where it was. So that's an important thing to note. So if you load it up, so I'm seeing some New Year's resolutions here. Lobo, become a profitable trader. Let me tell you, we are launching this course in January, okay? And we literally guarantee your results if you follow the rules and the plan and the structure. So you will become a profitable trader if you want to and if you put in the work. I can guarantee that, right? Like you will learn how to do it. And that's what our, our goal is on this channel, is to help you become a profitable trader and, have more success in your journey, not just long-term holding. Long-term holding is great. And I have my long-term portfolio, but the trading portfolio is where you can compound those gains. And those are skills that will help set you free, because we've been talking about freedom on this channel. And that's the ultimate goal, right? Is to be free. So I see Ablam, you loaded up in November, but still expecting new lows eventually. Okay. So this chart sort of lines up with that, but you forgot to write your New Year's resolution. You have us all on, pins and needles here, Ablam. But so we're going to help you guys navigate this. So Rob, just to summarize this, you're expecting potentially a drop, timing wise. I know it's hard to time, but so how long could we potentially be seeing this altcoin run before we may hit support there?
I mean, I'm going with the old phrase, sell in May and go away. So we get to April, May time. That's going to be where we're going to pay attention. It's just something that happens just continuously every year. You usually get some kind of run till up then. And if the charts are agreeing with it, then I'm going to agree with that as well too. So, and it usually takes a little bit of time to play out as well too. So that's why we'll be paying attention to that one. So I'm going to be going for the Q1 this year, 2026 Q1 bullish. After that, I don't know. We're going to set, that's going to be an decision point here. We're going to see what kind of bounce we got there. And the other thing that we're going to be able to look at to help us time this whole move, it's not just a one chart idea here on with how that's going to play out here. Let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin dominance, right? Or I mean, not Bitcoin dominance, sorry, USDT.D. So the US dollar dominance, basically. So basically, when this goes down, that's bullish for the market. That means money's flowing out of the stable coins and into the market in general, not altcoins specifically, but into just the market. So that's very bullish type of thing here. So what I'm basically going to be looking for at this time is I'm debating on using so right now I haven't decided quite frankly just yet what time frame just to use just yet. But on the monthly chart, we have this touch here, touch here, touch here, and this trend line would be a support right here. Now you could also look at the weekly as well too, and that will be a different trend line because the candles are closed different there, and that could be also verified as well too. So we might have a double trend line here that we kind of got to pay attention to, and this is going to line up as a bullish. So this pattern broke out to the upside bullishly, and now it's coming back down to retest this pattern to confirm that this breakout was basically good. So we never came back down and retested this here. I think this also lines up with the weekly SMA 200. See how close that is. We are actually test. So the weekly SMA 200 is actually we've broken it. We've closed underneath it. We broke it, closed underneath it. So are we going to do the same thing? We broke above it, going back underneath it, then we'll go back above it again. So we've been playing on the weekly SMA 200 on this thing for dancing queen for this whole cycle. It seems like.
Right.
So it's not really
that's never confluence right away, right? It's there's so many factors pointing to the fact that Q1 could be very bullish, and then we'll see after that, right? But wow, that's very interesting. That's why you have to look at multiple charts to get an idea. And these are monthly charts, guys. So these are very, very higher time frame charts. So this isn't going to play out immediately, and we're not going to get, like the bearishness immediately either. So we're talking about sell and may go away. I like that theory because that's how the big boys play. That's how stocks are traded. That's how institutions trade, right? Typically, that's like a phrase that comes from the traditional markets. So, if we're playing by those rules now, that makes a lot of sense and really adds up looking at these charts.
Yeah, so I mean, play by the. I mean, in my opinion, we're gonna be playing by more. The more and more the stock players get in the market, I think. I mean, I put in the group today that like I think more and more the stock players get in the market, the more and more we got to pay attention to their roles and how they're playing it. We're going to be looking at certain altcoins as penny stocks and and I'm going to be studying like one of my goals one of my New Year's resolution, I always like becoming better. I never sit there and say that my way is the best way. I always sit there and say my way is pretty good, but how can I do better? What's one way to get better? So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be learning how penny stock traders trade. Because I think if those people start coming in the market and they see these altcoins, they're going to take their strategies with all that liquidity, and they're going to be kind of doing the same thing. And my goal is going to be able to take their money as well too, with what I know already, or to learn their strategies. Maybe if I find a new edge from what they do, to add it into my strategy as well too. Or if my strategy is already basically what they're doing, you know what? I just double down and just keep doing it. So
There we go.
I don't know. So yeah, so I think the altcoin. A lot of people are always talking about how only a few altcoins are going to survive. Yeah, in my opinion, then the whole trading industry is going to be going down in the crypto market. My opinion, I think there's going to be a lot of altcoins that survive. I think there's going to be a lot of new altcoins, but I also think a lot of old altcoins are going to be traded like penny stocks.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the whole theory of that, like most altcoins are, just going to zero right now. I don't buy that, because this is all about the network effect. And this is actually something that I learned from Yatsu, who's a co-founder and chairman of Animoca Brands, right? $1 billion company, with a thesis that gaming is going to come back with a vengeance. Right now, gaming is completely dead, right? According to most people. So, I mean, who aren't like deeply looking into it and who don't see, anyway, like it is dead supposedly now, but he believes it'll come raging back, and that the network effect is stronger than the actual quote unquote company itself. So the example he gave on my podcast was Uber, right? The automotive industry is massive, but the network effect around automotives are even bigger. And that's why Uber is bigger than the actual industry itself, because people rally into that. That's what altcoins represent. They represent like an energy and a network of people who are rallying behind something and can have a stake in that network for the first time. So this is like the first time we ever are able to do this in the world. And I don't think that's going to zero just right away, just because there's so many. Maybe they won't hit their previous all-time highs, but I do side with you on that, Rob, that we're going to see some movement here for sure.
Yep. So I mean, it's just being. I mean, one of the reasons why you'll be in the hive as well too is so that way, whenever we do find something there, somebody finds some good news on something, somebody posts on it, we all know about it as well too. Because I mean, that's going to be part of it as well too, is staying up with the hype, seeing what's new out there, and that's just part of it. Where the attention goes, the money flows. I mean, is the market dead or is it alive? I mean, if I'm not going to lie to you, there's some difference in the market, and I even put that in there as well too. Then that's the one thing that I kind of learned in the last 2 years of trading this market was. One of the rules for crypto is do altcoins follow Bitcoin? Like most people would say yes, and you kind of look at it right now. Altcoins are at all-time lows, while Bitcoins are at all-time highs. It doesn't seem like that's true anymore. They follow it in a different way, and we have to relearn that way. And it's just different. So it's always updating, always looking for the new patterns, always just being on the next level up. So paying attention to who's coming into the market, how are they trading? What are the strategies for that? Where is the money flowing to?
Yeah, and that's called playing chess. Instead of just reacting to massive pumps on X and listening to who's the echo chamber of which coin is going to pump next. Let's find it first. That's sort of like the idea here. Let's see bullish formations forming and buy at the bottom of patterns, and get in when others is here on the bottom of the trend line showing bullish divergence. Guys, like that is the time when you want to pay attention, not when everybody's already calling it out. And Martin, you make a really good point here. 2025 was Bitcoin's strongest year ever fundamentally. Absolutely right. Institutions, nations, new regulations, true global reserve asset. Yeah, and the price hasn't caught up with it yet. And that's okay. The price is lagging. That's okay. We know what's coming, right? And if we know what's coming, then we can position accordingly. You can have your long-term bags, but you can take advantage of the volatility in the meantime to learn how to trade, which is an invaluable skill, guys, that you can do instead of watching Netflix, instead of, chilling on the couch. Like open up the Hive app and get going with this, right? Like it's actually a lot of fun too. And Casper says, I need to upgrade my AOL connection. Yeah, I don't know. We have glitches today. I do think it's actually StreamYard, so I'm going to blame it on StreamYard, guys. But actually, I think that Venezuela now has better internet than both Rob and I combined, because they have free Starlink for the next month, thanks to Elon Musk. Talk about freedom, right? Man, what a liberation. They get to connect to high-speed internet. That is crazy. I mean, the world is just going in a very bullish direction, I believe, and things are starting to change for the better. So let's see if that plays out. Also, we talked about gold last week, gold versus Bitcoin. And now some of the theories are that gold is kind of like topped out for the time being and is trickling into Bitcoin. So different kinds of confluence across different charts and different areas, but let's see how that turns out.
Yeah. So next, this is the change chart that we put up at the end of session last week. We're still holding. We still got the bullish divergence pulling out. This is others.d, so others dominance, and this is going to be the other chart that we can kind of help time with this move for whenever we should not be trading altcoin swing longs anymore. We should either be day trading or scalping them long and look for swing shorts at this point. So basically, I mean, my two levels right now is this strong resistance. So let me go ahead and get my drawing tool. Is this strong resistance right here? We got just it's a very strong resistance. Many areas where we just basically touched and kissed, maybe faked out on, wicked over, and that's the 8.16% level. So I mean, I'm pretty confident that as long as we hold everything, that we're gonna get up to at least that level there. And I also have this chart right here marked as at around May as well too. So sell May, go away. So I'm really going with that philosophy still as well too. So if this level during that time and all the other two charts are giving me confluence as well too that I just showed on there, I'm gonna be sitting there saying, all right, that's gonna be top right there. Now if we break that level and keep going up to that trend line, then the other two charts and the other side lines up when we get to the upper trend line, then okay. Because I mean, I'm okay with either way because it's gonna give us a good rally either way on altcoins, and we're gonna be hopefully getting some easy trading. Now if we get rejected from here, we come back down and potentially make a double bottom before we break out. And you can see that happen a lot of times on smaller time frames if you're trading or you're a trader. So there is a potential that we do to get that pullback if we get rejected right here, make a double bottom before breakout. And then if we do go all the way back up here, my idea will be, could we come back down, we don't make a double bottom, but we make some sort of higher low before we go back up.
Oh, that is interesting because that could also correlate with your sell in May and go away thing, right? Like a little bit of a dip to come back for double bottom and then a potential another rally upward.
Yep. So yeah, I have this orange line, this vertical orange line here is marked right in. Should be marked on May. That's whenever I put it. That's where I meant to put it. May, June. Yeah. So yeah, May 31st, I have it marked on. So that's 138 days of us getting to run up from where we're at right now. So yeah, I just found this tool right here. It'll give you percentage and how long it takes. So it's just kind of a guesstimation. So 147 days for a 33% move on others.d, which is a huge move for altcoins.
Huge. That's huge. So, I mean, when we think about it, what kind of like, it's hard to say this, I know, but is there any estimation on what kind of moves that could cause, as far as the smaller to mid cap altcoins? I mean, even large caps.
I'm looking for 5 to 10x's on my.
Guys.
Those are where you get those 5 to 10x moves on those Phoenix picks. And I think we went over one last week. I think it was. I still have it in here, which I might be posting here soon in group, which we're actually, if you did buy it off the base of my rules that I explained it, you should be in profit now. Let's see here, which I didn't even get to post it in group yet. I posted a different one that's up even higher, BB. I don't even know what it is, but it just looked really bullish to me. So
BB is actually a very bullish one. It's RWA. It's bounce. I was trading that one a lot earlier in the cycle, and that one is actually a very bullish RWA. So a lot of big news on BB too.
Oh, I didn't even know what it was. I just looked at the chart and I was like, that's a 5-10xer.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't even need to know the fundamentals because we let the charts dictate what's going on. Although the fundamentals do help in gauging like how bullish could this be and who could be buying it, etc.
It also helps you, like knowing the fundamentals helps you find the rhythm of where money's flowing into. So once you play that one, or you play partial, like, so say you get up like 300% or something like that, or you're leverage trading it, you can sit there and look for larger caps in that area. It tells you what the trend is basically on what kind of coins you should be trading. That's right. That's the good part of knowing the fundamentals, or if you're paying attention to that type of stuff. That gives you a really good idea of where to look for the multiple coins. So say like BB runs really well and you know it's RWA, but the other RWAs aren't running in that area just quite yet. And you're up like 300%. You might get like another 200% for the leg up or something like that. You can start taking some profits and start putting in something else that hasn't ran yet. So where you have potential more gains in.
Oh yeah. And that's why you shouldn't FOMO in trading, because if you miss something, you can always just wait for the next opportunity and roll it into that. You don't need to FOMO in. It's not like, holding a spot bag where you're like, oh man, I have to accumulate this before it takes off. It's just like you look for the next play, and there always is another play. And, Rob is amazing at identifying, what potential charts could come next. So we did go over this chart, Linnea, on our last live before we signed off here. And man, yeah, if you guys got in this when we talked about it, you are definitely in profit right now.
Yeah, you're up by in spot move. You're 11%. If you would have zoomed in and nailed a like a 10x leverage move, you're up 2x on a 10x leverage kind of move after the break of the 1-day 9 here. Now, like I have these green lines written in here because I'm kind of waiting for, because I'm personally I was in some other coins at the time being, so I didn't get to personally get into it. So what I'm basically looking for is some sort of ascending triangle type of thing as of right now to kind of start playing out. I'm looking at next higher low we kind of get. We get a pull back down to here. Next higher low, I got some profits taking some other coins that I was in. I'm going to be looking to get onto this in this token as well too. It's because I just remember people talking about this alone a lot. And there were some bullish ideas behind it. I don't remember what they are. I just remember it being talked about a lot. And this is one of those ones where the all-time high, you're going to be kind of looking at you're going to be looking at 3 to 5x move potentially just to get back to the highs from here. Now, if we break it, we'll put fibs on it and stuff like that. But another thing is too, like I'll just use a falling stop loss most likely on this for a spot move. And then once we get some volume coming in here, like my one thing is too, there's no great volume compared to how there was. There's a little bit today, but we're going to have to see how things kind of play out here because it's kind of just normal volume for this token right now. So that's why I haven't really opened up as either, because I think I can get some retest entries in before it does break out. But this upper green line breaks out and retest, that might be my breakout entry. And I think it's an order block as well too, if I recall correctly. Let me go ahead and throw some order blocks on. We'll check.
Right. And actually, the retest does kind of line up. I'm seeing that there is some large cliff unlocks this week with Linnea. Over $5 million in unlocks. So yeah, we could see some selling pressure.
Okay, yeah. So we got some unlocks on it. Let's wait for those to get through. And if they start getting I've been in. There's one token where the unlocks did happen, and the token just ran during the unlocks, and it was kind of weird. So I don't really I pay attention to them, but there's also times where it's just vice versa as well too. So you're also going to be watching out for that one there. But there's some unlocks. We might get that higher low, and this is a theory of mine. As whenever you're down with making these higher lows while the unlocks are happening, I think that's a time where big money can actually come in and buy, and people don't see it because they're buying the unlocks on a higher low before it blasts off. And it's if you ever go into like a $1 million market cap and try putting $1,000 in it, or a 500 million, you know what I mean, like a real small market cap, or a $5,000 market cap, and try putting $1,000 in it, and watch you'll be trading against yourself. So
yeah, it's true. It's impossible. You need a little bit more liquidity. So that's actually an interesting theory that they might try to load up while the unlocks are happening.
Yeah, if the price action's shown, it's something they want to get into. I think a lot of sometimes these bigger players that want to put a little bit more capital in it, you see how it's a higher. We got our first higher low right here. I guess 1, 2. We kind of got 3 higher lows right here. We make a 4th higher low while the unlocks are happening. In my opinion, that higher low is being printed by somebody trying to get a good size position on it to unload when it starts getting up in these areas. And the only way they can do that with the liquidity and how the liquidity works, without trading against themselves, is during them unlocks. Because I mean, like I said, try to get into, just find a $5,000 market cap, buy $1,000 worth of it, and see what happens. You can't make money doing that. Trust me, I've tried.
It's very tough to do, and you got to. Most of the coins you want to load up on have to have decent liquidity and be on Binance, stuff like that. So yeah, that's a really interesting theory, Robin. I think that could actually be where smart money does load up.
Yep, as long as the charts are showing it, as long as you got like I think whenever we get these drastic pullbacks, you get the unlocks down here. Now, if the unlocks are happening up here, I don't think they're loading up. But if the unlocks are happening down here, I think that's their chance to get in at a good deal with a very strong potential return.
Right. There you go. So you're getting this 10x Phoenix here on the YouTube channel. We haven't even posted this yet in group. We posted others in group. So guys, we're giving you a gift for tuning in and for supporting this community. And we just want to see you come back and pay attention and study and zone in and make money. Guys, we want to teach you how to be profitable traders. Okay. So if that's your goal for this year, well, cheers to you. Cypherium says Clash 2X today. Okay, yeah, we were looking a lot at Clash earlier. Maybe we'll pull that up a little bit later. Joe Cruz, what's up, Rob? Friend of Rob's, welcome to the channel. And hey, I just want to shout out to Almanim, okay? Because this is something we've been wanting to do on the channel. So this is a perfect time to announce it. He says his New Year's resolution is not to drink so much. Yeah, so we might have to turn that crypto cocktails into like crypto and protein shakes or something like that, right? So just kidding, but focus on health. Yes, absolutely. One of the main problems is burnout in trading, right? Like just sitting there looking at your screen, not moving. You need to keep moving, guys, if you want to keep your mind sharp. So my husband owns one of the biggest personal training companies in Europe, and we are big fitness people. You wouldn't notice it right now because I've been focused on work and travel, but we really want to just get back into the best shape of our lives again. And so we're going to be going on that journey. And my husband's an incredible personal trainer. He's done celebrity personal training, and you know, it's kind of like trading. We can guarantee the results if you follow the plan. So if your goal is to get jacked, if your goal is to go on a diet, lose weight, whatever it is, we're going to do that. And so we're going to actually put that into the group. We're going to have a channel where we can post results about training and also questions. And my husband will be helping and guiding and coaching and set you guys up with plans. So we are going to be launching that in the group. To set you up with a workout plan. I really do believe, you know, we can have some sort of motto like get ripped, get rich. How does that sound? Huh? How does that sound to guys? Like your health is everything. If you don't have your health, you don't have wealth. So we are going to be launching that into the group now that we're past the holidays into the new year. So if you're interested in getting in great shape, then that's coming. So that's just a little announcement on the side. But yeah, Watchman says he'll beat anyone in a one-on-one in Clash Royale. Any takers? Okay. Watchman, your goal is to squat 400 pounds. Wow. That's amazing. So Watchman, would you join the challenge? We'll call it the 90-day challenge, guys. In 90 days, you can make an insane difference. You don't need any crazy, you don't need to like do anything illegal like steroids or anything like that. You can get those results by just following the plan. You just have to know what to do. It's kind of like trading. You have to understand the strategy. And when you want to build muscle, you have to understand how to do that. And you have to fuel up right. Nutrition is 80%. All right. So I went off a little tangent here, but getting in shape is important. And I think that's going to be really fun. And I don't think any other group on the internet does that while they trade. So we're going to be different, guys. What did you say, Rob? You give me 10, give me 100 if you get a 10X. I don't know. Something fun.
If you don't follow your rules, you owe 100 push-ups. If you choke out your trade too fast, you have to do 50 push-ups. If you don't have a stop loss, you have to do 1,000 push-ups.
Yeah. Yes, I like it. So guys, we're going to turn this into like something that's never been seen before, right? Like everybody just focused on their screens and sitting there. We're going to be like, I don't know, like the best versions of ourselves in every way. So your mind is going to be sharp. Your body is going to be primed, and we're just going to crush it. Okay. So yeah, Almanim, I hope to see you in that challenge. And yeah, so guys, keep a lookout for that. Anyway, let's get back to the charts.
Yeah, it's one I do need to get back in shape. I used to be like really big into working out, and then I kind of life happened, like having kids, having a wife, having just a job, and then doing that, like just so much time taken out.
Yeah, I saw pictures actually. Rob, you were jacked. You were pretty jacked too. I was also really muscular. So you know what, guys, like it's time to get back there. And even not just for like, you know, looks or that kind of thing, although it's nice to feel confident with your body, but just to be healthy and to feel good. Right? Like that just changes so much. It changes your mentality. It changes your outlook, even your performance. It's proven. So yeah, we're going to do that.
So my kids start getting to sports. I need to be able to keep up with them. That's the one thing.
Exactly. So depending on where you're at in life, you might have a different goal. That's okay. Actually, my husband's company is called BYDFI because it's your body and your fight. Right. And so it's fun. It's like, we're going to help you do whatever you want to do. And let me tell you, whatever you want, like you go and look at a magazine and pick the picture. I mean, I actually did this and I actually transformed my body into what I wanted to do. It was crazy. It's like, if you just know the rules, it's insane what you can do with it. And it's the same in trading, right? It's the same in trading. So let's be profitable and be healthy and in our best shape ever. That's what I would say. That's our New Year's resolution as the Hive.
I think my New Year's resolution will be consistent, because I think all that's is definitely achievable if you're consistent.
Oh yeah. Consistency is key. I mean, this is just about putting in the work. And, you know, like I said, 80% is nutrition. People don't know that. If you don't fuel up, if you don't eat enough, you can't build muscle. If you eat too many calories, it's simple math, right? Like, so, but there's a way to do it in a healthy way. And, you know, there's a maximum amount of weight you should lose per week. And there's so many different rules, but once you learn them, it's not that hard, and you don't have to restrict yourself. You don't have to go on a crazy diet. All right. It's a lot simpler than everybody makes it seem. Same with trading. I mean, look at Rob's strategy. strategies. They're powerful. They're simple, but they're powerful and effective. Now, he adds a lot of nuances because he's an advanced trader, but even if you just follow his basic strategies, you will have incredible success, right?
No matter how much complicated stuff I can add to a chart, I always I always revert back to the most basics. And then if some of the more complex stuff isn't making sense to me, or it's not working, I always revert to the basics. And I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there's for martial arts training, so one of the black belts were teaching me was basically is you always train the basics the most, because whenever it comes to a real life situation, you're most likely just going to do the basics. So you want to get really, really good at the basic stuff, because when it comes into time to actually taking a trade, open a trade, your autopilot's going to instantly go to what that training is most likely, because it's going to be, or something starts happening. Like say you're trying to long a token and you're just starting to it's just not working out. The one thing you should just automatically do is just zoom out to the 1 day chart. Are you above the 1 day 9, or are you beneath the 1 day 9? And that there is going to, most likely, if you're trying to long something that's underneath the 1 day 9, there's a high probability that's the reason why right there. And that's what should be like a fighter. That should be like your number one look. You know what I mean? And the same thing, like on self-defense or something like that. If you're in martial arts, if somebody's in any martial arts or anything like that, you'll probably, or if you're a martial arts teacher, you probably teach this to kids and stuff like that, is if somebody's trying to kidnap you, you're just going to go to your basic setups to get out of the situation. That in order, like if somebody grabs your hair, you go like that and all that type of stuff, and you're just going to go into that flight mode to get out of that situation. That's the very basics. You're not going to do anything that's crazy advanced, like backflips and everything.
Yeah, you have to start somewhere, master the basics, and then add to it, right? And so once you learn, for example, I'll speak about training because I know this and I did this. Once you learn the basics and then you start getting more and more advanced, man, you can do anything you want with your body, anything. I mean, it's really actually very cool. Yeah, health all the way, Almanine. Health is wealth. Watchman, how did you know it was ripped? Did you see some of my Instagram? So I had a fitness Instagram before. And it was really, I still really am into that. It's just a lifestyle. It's a mentality, guys. Yes, Hyperium, David Goggins mentality plus trading. Lobo, brilliant idea. Crypto shredded traders. How many of these are there on the internet? Like, let's be the only people to accomplish this, right? Like, let's start a movement for 2026. I think this could be really fun. And then we could, post pictures and just check in with each other every day, because we're on there every day anyway, talking about call outs. Like, let's keep each other accountable. And Watchman says you cracked him up, Rob, with your 1,000 push-ups. Yeah, Rob is going to be your drill sergeant. So you're going to have to you're going to have to report to your drill sergeant. And if you don't behave, then you're going to have to, get your punishment, which is push-ups.
The stop loss, you're doing push-ups until you start then.
Yeah, I like it. You got to be honest too. You got to be honest and do the work. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if somebody comes in and says they were liquidated on a trade, that's when I know they didn't. They don't. I've had that happen many times. I got liquidated. Did you have a stop loss in? No. Okay, that's your fault. Like that's yeah,
exactly. So you got to learn the lesson the hard way. But also you don't have to. So I like the gym. I like doing weights. I like feeling strong, getting stronger. But a lot of people, they like to do things differently. So you can literally work out with whatever you like to do. So I see Almanim, you like Muay Thai. That's cool. Whatever your thing is it boxing? Is it
my wife's dance?
So what did you say, Rob?
My wife likes to do dance.
Dance. Okay, dance. Anything that you like to do, you should enjoy it, right? So if you don't like going to the gym, there's other things you can do. Now, it's going to be really hard to build muscle and get really jacked in that way without lifting weights. But if you just want to lose weight and feel good, there's so many different ways to do that you don't have to go to the gym for. And also, you can also build muscle without going to the gym too. You can use body weights and calisthenics, but do what you love, and then it's going to be easy, right? It's going to be so much easier. But that feeling of that rush of just pure dopamine runner's high, after you've done a hard workout, man, there's nothing that will beat it. And you will feel so much more confident in your life in general. That's what I'm going to say.
All right. Yep. 100%. So let's go ahead and get to the Bitcoin charts before I run out of time. Oh, my wife just in the background said it's hip hop dance. There's a difference.
Oh, I like that. It's a little bit of sass to it. See, guys, we could talk about this all day. I mean, we need to do this all together. We're going to have a whole raging chat about it. And I want you guys to tell everybody about it because, I think traders need to be healthier. I think that people on the internet need to be healthier, and the weather is hard. Oh, absolutely. Aluminium. UK is so cold, stopping you from going to the gym. That's the problem. That's the problem, that the weather is a downer, and then you don't get the vitamin D from the sun. Like today, I'm in San Diego. It's been raining for 5 days in California, which is unheard of, and we don't like it. And I've been a little bit gloomy because I don't get the sun. It's important. So you've got to do something to feel good. Even if you're in the cold weather, you get out there and you give us 1,000, right? You do the at-home workout, whatever it takes. I want you guys to get in the mentality of, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to where I want to get this year, both physically, mentally, and financially with the trading, right? And getting free. So that's it. That's all I'll say about that. We got to get into the charts, guys, or else we're going to not get to the good stuff. So thanks for listening to that. And we hope to start a movement with you.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start. We'll start something here this week, potentially. Maybe I'll start working out. I'll start going to the gym this week. We'll start something going. Yes. But anyway, so I'm looking at Bitcoin right now. And what I was looking at is the Bitcoin 12-hour chart. So the question you should be asking is, do we buy right now? Like, is right now a good time to buy? And if you feel like you're missing out because you didn't buy last week or even this morning or yesterday or over the weekend, whenever it was, now that everything's kind of pumping, no, you did not miss out. You didn't miss anything. Most people were probably still down on alts by a significant amount. So we're still down a lot. We haven't even really broken out yet. We're still printing a potential reversal pattern on Bitcoin. Now, are we above the 1-day 9? So there's a higher probability that longs are going to play out. That doesn't mean we're not going to come back down and get retest. Now, looking at it, I've been trying to decide whether I should use 4-hour charts or 12-hour charts right now to get my retest. And it's at first I was going with the 4-hour, then I went to the 12-hour. Now I think it's kind of a mix. I think they're both I think both are going to get retest and just different ways depending on what coin it is. Now, Bitcoin 12-hour chart, we are in a bearish order block right now. We're getting rejected. So this was the first level I was kind of looking at here. Now I want to see this rejection here because if you just go straight up, then it's just, in my opinion, if it goes straight up, there's something not right and people are just going to get wrecked. Maybe it's Bitcoin season and altcoins don't run. And I want to see that Bitcoin dominance just keep breaking down. It's bearishly retesting right now from our last time we put a setup on it. But anyway, so we get rejected here. We're going to be looking for a higher low in order to get in some alts or get back into Bitcoin if you were in Bitcoin at all, or to get into Bitcoin. And where we're going to be looking to get in at is basically a 4-hour chart, a bullish break of structure entry, which is your order block down here, a higher low. So we're getting rejected from this resistance, very strong resistance. So I'm looking to get back down to the 90K area, which I believe I was trying to look up before the show started. I believe there's around this zone here, there is a CME gap in this area as well too. So there's a CME gap to get filled down here. That's going to give a good retest on here. And without it, if people are taking entries right now and we do pull back down to there, everybody's going to sit there and say it was a fake out. I just took another loss. I FOMO'd in. I'm at a loss, and they're going to start probably selling down around here. And if Bitcoin dominance in the 4-hour time frame is bearishly retesting a pattern that it broke down from, that's going to make altcoins drop. The bearish retest will make it drop. Then after the bearish retest, they'll start pumping again. So I'll show that chart next in Bitcoin dominance real quick. So the idea is that if we get this, or it looks like we're getting a little red line here. If we close the 4-hour right here, it's just starting to kind of print here. So you got a longer wick here, a long wick here. So we're kind of looking for like a tweezer top idea. It's not really a tweezer top because this wick is kind of too short for it, but it's also crypto. So sometimes those rules can be bent on the 2 candle patterns. The idea that'll kind of confirm this is the loss of the 4-hour SMA 9. So the 4-hour SMA 9 has been holding support for this whole ride. Every time we came up to it, we retest it, we went up. So we're going to be paying attention. Next 4-hour close in 2 hour and 24 minutes, we're going to see this SMA 9 kind of go through this fair value gap, and we're going to sit there and see if that holds. If that doesn't hold and we close underneath it, we bearishly retest it, or we like start getting long wicks above it or something like that. That's going to sit there and tell me that we are going to go lower. Now I'm going to pull up the indicators here. So we're going to go for our Lux Algo one here that's paid for. We're getting a lot of sell signals right here. We got some bearish divergence popping up. We're going to look at our Stosh or our MACD here. We're overextended. We don't really have any bearish divergence, but for it to come back down and then this kind of do like a little bit flipped and kind of come back up, kind of like this right here, that wouldn't be kind of surprising to kind of see as well too. Let's see if we can see anything kind of like it over here. But that would be something I'll be kind of looking for this as well too. We're getting pretty far extended on this here. We're going to look at RSI. We are in the overbought territory. We are now pointing down. We haven't been this overbought in the 4-hour time frame since October 25th, basically, was the last time we were in this oversold area. Now, oversold doesn't mean reversal. What we're going to be looking for in the RSI is we're not going to be looking to go all the way back down to overbought underneath 30. We don't want that. What we want is we want to hold The lowest we want to see is this 40 level here in the 4-hour time frame. That's what we want to look for. I'm good with it going down to here, bouncing up around the 50 area, or going down to the 40 area and bouncing back up. We want to start seeing a bullish range, saying we are in bullish momentum. So yes, the RSI is going to go up and down, but we're not looking for overbought territories. We're going to be looking for bullish ranges. If it gets really hot out, we're going to be looking for more of a, let's see here, more of like the 50, 60 area to range in up here. And then once we start making bearish divergences, we start looking for more of a reversal idea. So that's what we're kind of looking at. This is all 4-hour time frame. So Stosh RSI has been ranging in the highs, bringing our bullish momentum that we've been seeing all day. But there's at some point here where we're going to turn down. We're going to get back underneath. Once we get underneath the 50 level on this here, now you got to remember, this moves faster than the regular RSI. If this gets underneath the 50, that's going to be sitting there saying, hey, we're probably going to be getting that bearish momentum in the 4-hour time frame. That's going to give us that pullback to about the 90K area, $91,000, somewhere in that area. We'll look for the CME gap to be filled, something like that. And that should be at the lows. This will be around 50. Then we'll look for this to start pivoting upwards like this here. Then we'll be looking for this to go back up why it's around 90K here. So we're going to be looking for all those confluences to get this 4-hour chart to come back down in and fill this up in this area. Now, once it starts getting down here, it's probably going to get a little bit fearful out there. Let's go ahead. Let's look at our fear and greed just a little bit here. So global liquidity, which one is it? I think it's this one here. It's one I made. So yes, all right. So this is my day chart here. This is the Bitcoin 1 day right here. Sorry, this is from a posting group, so don't read that there. So this is a thing that I explained in group as well too. We have very strong sell signals right now. This is my market reversal indicator. We're in greed now. It's the first time we've been in strong greed for a while. So that's a good thing that we're in greed. We need greed to come in to keep boosting prices higher. But as soon as we start getting that greed, we get a little bit of pullbacks. We get some retests. Then we go back a little bit of neutral. Then we go back into greed. We're in a range in the greed is what I'm kind of looking for in that here. Let's go ahead and look at the 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour time frame, same thing. We're in the greed. We're getting some sell signals, and those sell signals aren't like, oh, we're going complete bearish. We're crashing. It's more, hey, wait for the read. There's signals to say, hey, you might not want to FOMO in right now. You might want to wait for the breakout to FOMO in, or you wait for the retest to FOMO in.
Right. Wow. That was a very amazing analysis, guys. I mean, you literally are being taken through all scenarios, but there is so much confluence to show that we could be having that pullback and the retest. And the retest is one of the absolute best times to get in on a setup, second best to getting in on the ground entry or, on the bottom of a trend line. So this is a really great time to pay attention. If you didn't get in yet, or you feel like you need to FOMO, don't do it. Let the charts dictate where you get in at. If we get this retest on Bitcoin and on altcoins, fantastic entry. So really, Rob is taking you through all the different scenarios here. And that's really amazing to see. I mean, so also just remember when it starts to get fearful, if it goes back between that 88K to 90K region and people start saying, yep, told you this is a failed rally is over, maybe that's just the retest happening. So stay cool, calm, and collected during those times and stick to your strategy.
Yep. And I'm going to also sit there and point out that the 1 day 9 right now is at 89,500 after 1 day close. So most likely the retest, in my opinion, is not going to happen until after 1 day close. So I would say just be patient and wait till 1 day close. And also probably for shorts as well too. Wait for if you're going to do some scalp shorts. So remember, so shorting right now, even posting in a group, shorting right now, you're going to be trading against a trend, which is a lot more higher risk. But there also is good money because sometimes you get those 10% pullbacks on alts. And I'm going to tell you what, that's big money right there. 5% pullback, 10x leverage, you're making 50% gains. So I'm fine with trading against a trend if you do it correctly and you've worked your skill up to that level. Now, if your skill is not up that level, you might as well just wait for the bullish retest and trade with the trend. So it just depends on where you're at in that level. But also the 1 day 9, I want to mention here, as you can see, once we kind of started holding it, we've just been going straight up above it. And now we're really far away from it. We're in this resistance. Now that 1 day, when we close, that 9 is going to move up. We're going to be in the 90K area with that 1 day 9. So you remember, moving averages follow the price. The price doesn't follow the moving average. A lot of people will teach that moving averages are magnets. No, they are not. They follow the price. So you got to be paying attention to that. That price is going to start following that price. But sometimes they meet in the middle as well too. Whenever they get too far away from each other, they meet in the middle somewhere. I can go a little bit more depth teaching that if you guys want me to at some point with using Bollinger Bands, because all Bollinger Bands are how far they are off of a moving average, but that's something for another time. Now, when that does happen, that's going to be once that gets in that 90K area, $91,000 area, we're going to be having that CME gap, the 4-hour bullish order block, and we're going to be having all those same signals done. We're going to be looking for a reverse that I just talked about. Let's go ahead and back to my indicator charts here, right here. So let me pull up. I think this is the CMA. Yep. So that's what I was trying to look at here. We do have a nice gap right here. So I'm going to sit there and say you're going to be getting some higher low retest. And you got to remember, trading is not about nailing the bottom. It's about nailing the signals. It's about being consistent with trading your signals. And it's about nailing the local lows and the local highs, not the bottoms and tops. You're never going to nail a bottom and you're never going to nail a top. I mean, you can sometimes, but I'm not going to say never. But being consistent in that is very challenging. I'm not even going to say I'm very consistent in that. But I also don't want to be because it's too hard. I want some easier plays. But so right here we do have the CMA gap. We do have a CMA gap from the weekend. So we have this gap to fill, which is between 90,000 and 91.5. So this gap, with that pullback in mind, we should be filling up. Everything's lining up that we're coming to fill this gap with all the indicators that we just showed. So a pullback should be, if you're watching this channel, whenever this pullback happens, and I want you guys to test this out as well too. Go on the Crypto X, because if you're, I know most people will sit there and look at multiple people's opinions, and I just want you guys to try this out. Whenever we get back down to here, say I'm right, we do get back down to here. Go on the Crypto X. Just kind of look around with your normal people. They're going to be sitting there saying that that was just a fake rally. That was just to fake everybody out. It wasn't real. It's going back down underneath the NDK, and any money you're going to be, once we get down to 90K, maybe we wick down underneath $90,000 and we get a wick underneath it or something like that, to where we start, we lost $90,000, like some psychological levels and stuff like that. And that there, I don't really play psychological levels anymore just due to this, but we'll get that wick underneath there in the 1-day time frame or something like that. Maybe we'll close underneath in the 4-hour time frame, but then by the end of day it's closed up above it. You'll be having people calling for 75K again with that right there. Even though we've been having volume going all the way up, we're retesting a breakout. And I mean, I started off learning breakout trading. I've just gotten more efficient at it, and it's going to be kind of funny for me, because now I'm at the point now where I kind of laugh at that type of stuff. But we're going to be looking at this right here, and one more thing I'm going to mention as well too. So we come back down and get that retest, and there's another strategy that we talk about here a lot often on the show here. Right around that zone there, we come back down, get that retest in this area. We also have the golden slap right here. So we got the SMA 50 going up above the SMA 200, and that's all right. So by technical analysis, that's a very bullish thing. That's saying that we're starting an uptrend, and that is showing bullish momentum on that one. And we actually haven't had one of those for a very long time. I'm gonna go back through that. So that's technically it. So last time we had that was actually like right here, and we had a nice good run up on it. But typically, whenever you have if you have a very strong, so I'm gonna go ahead and just look at this one right here. You got to spot a little bit of a difference here. So let's go ahead, and this is where I like to sit there and say. So as we got this golden cross back here, it didn't meet my criteria for a golden slap. Why? Because we were retesting the SMA 200 and this zone right here as we were getting the cross, right? So we were in this area already. We didn't like run up beforehand, and we're retesting it. So that golden cross for me, that's telling me that, hey, this golden cross is potentially really good. And we're retesting it. As long as we hold this SMA 200, we're going up. So that's where I would sit there and say that the golden slap is not a good golden slap. It's going to be a golden cross, and we're going to have a run to the upside, right? So I want to sit there and just mention that one here. So that's the basic TA on that one here. Now let's go ahead and exit replay. And we all know what happened after that. It went up like significantly, right? So let's go ahead and leave this off of that one there. So, but this one here, right? It happened right here. It's all the way down. It's so far beneath it, these moving averages here. So we ran all the way up, all after we broke the SMA 50, SMA 9, SMA 200, and we just kept running up. No really good pullbacks, no really good retest. So one thing I've noticed, if you have that nice run up before the cross, and as we get this cross here, what I've noticed is typically if we have a run up before the cross, then we get the cross is when we get the pullback and it comes down and retest. And I call it the golden slap because the amount of times that whenever I was like, all right, I thought it was a very simple strategy. I'm like, why aren't people just trading golden crosses? I mean, the name sounds good. Golden cross. You're going to the moon, bro. This is just a very strong uptrend. It's a very simple thing. And what I notice is when that happens like this here, you'll sit there and you'll open up long, you'll start scaling in. And before you know it, it's all the way back down to this area. These don't move as fast as a 9. So it takes a lot longer for the price to fall up. So you're down like 5% on this move right here by the time from when you took entry. If you're looking at altcoins, if Bitcoin dominance is kind of bearish retesting, or if how altcoins react, or depending on how they react, a 5% pullback on Bitcoin is like a 20% pullback on alt. So alt, you just got crushed on a 20, 30, 30% pullback. And you're like, golden crosses don't work. And then all of a sudden you take your loss. You're like, it doesn't work. This TA doesn't work. And all of a sudden it kind of goes sideways for a couple of days. You get off the charts because you're like, I'm not looking at anything right now. I can't believe I just made this big loss here. And all of a sudden you come back 3 days later, it like retests the area, then it's all the way. So basically what it does is it comes all the way down here, goes like kind of like right in this area, goes a little bit sideways, goes like that. And then all of a sudden it's up to here. And you're like, wait, if I would have just held and scaled in, I would have made money.
Yeah.
What happens?
Yeah, that golden slap, man. That golden slap, Rob has talked about it previously on the channel, and it's a real big alpha signal that nobody talks about on X, you guys. Like, this is really cool, and this is really understanding how to become a profitable trader. I forget who wanted to be but to, like, guys, this is Lobo. Shout out to you. This is the kind of stuff that will help you level up that you're not going to see on other channels. So this is really, really cool. Make sure, yeah, I know Watchman, you've commented on the golden slap multiple times in the group, and it is kind of a lifesaver, especially in the right conditions. So as Rob said, the last one was more of a retest and is very close to the cross here, but this one is very, very far away from it. So could we see that? That's another point of confluence in everything we've been looking at to get this pullback.
Yeah, because I bet you any money right now, X is, I haven't looked at X just yet lately today or yesterday. Any money, X is screaming bullish right now. And right. I just think it's funny that we're screaming bullish at this level here. I'm like, you might, if you're in any longs, you might want to take some profits, or at least put your stop losses in profit. Leverage longs, may want to close some. And if you're an excellent trader, you can sit there and kind of short this down here. And that's one of the ones that kind of got me even more into shorting. Was I was like, all right, so is the golden slap bearish? Technically, no. I think it means more upside, but not right now. So why not short down to it, then long up to the next high on it? So it's just in the price action. And it basically what happened. And for me personally, like, so I'm telling you guys my experience. So that way you kind of, I try to explain my feelings and what I personally used to do. And you kind of get slapped both ways, because say you did take entry right now, it does come back down and retest this area, and nobody sit there and says everything's retesting, that's okay. And then you do take that loss there, and you're like, all right, I'm just going to take my loss. I'm going to do better next time. Then it takes off. It's like a double slap. Even if you don't, it's a double slap, because now you're like, all right, I took the loss. It went back up there, and now I just got slapped twice because now I took the loss. I didn't get back in, and I missed out on these gains. Should I short now, or should I? What do I do now? And it really will mess with your psyche. It will really mess with your mental mindset, because now you're just frustrated because now you just missed the whole move up. You didn't get back in on a retest. You actually took a loss on the retest on a long, and it's just, you get very frustrated at those points.
Right. Yeah, the double slap. You don't want the double slap, and then on top of it, you're going to have Rob telling you need to do 100 push-ups or 1,000, depending on the offense, the gravity of the offense, right? So don't get double slap, guys. Now you know that this is coming potentially. You can get ready for it. And if you don't feel comfortable shorting yet, which you will learn in the group, just wait then. Wait to get your entry or scale in. But now you can make a plan based on, what's happening, and you're not just looking at the echo chamber on X. And I'm not saying all the information is bad on X. I get a lot of information on X, but it shouldn't be your only source. You should think outside the box, and you should try to have your own theory and your own strategy, and try to just, all you need to do if you want to have success is tune into the YouTubes. How about that? Tune into the lives. Just keep it simple for yourself if you're overwhelmed and there's so much information. And remember, tune out the noise and focus on the signal of what the charts are showing you. And they're showing you that you could potentially get a better entry if you want to load up on Bitcoin, if you want to get better altcoin entries. This is what's happening. And Rob's giving you a thorough breakdown of that, which is really amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just definitely something that's just pay attention to signals, make the strategy, and be patient and wait for the confirmation. Because do we go down? There's potentially not. And I think I said, we have to break that 12-hour bearish order block. We break that 12-hour bearish order block and retest it. That's going to be your long entry. You're not going to make it all the way down to there. And the golden stop won't be working out in the 4-hour time frame. We're going to be looking at the 12-hour time frame. We're looking at the SMA 50 to be curving up, and then we're going to be looking for the SMA 50 to go above the SMA 200 on the 12-hour time frame for a 12-hour golden slap.
Yeah, exactly.
Up a time frame. So I mean, but potentially we come back down, retest, and if we break this level here, you can also kind of see a pattern here in the 12-hour and 4-hour time frame if we do break this level here. So let's go ahead and draw that pattern here. And this just looks like your typical, and here's a basic pattern. So say we don't get the pullback. Does that mean that you have to wait for that pullback or don't do anything? No, because there's also a thing called breakout trading. That's where I learned the basics from. That's how I started off on trading. It's also kind of it's in the wrong market conditions, it's the hardest way to trade. In the right market conditions, it's sometimes the best way to trade. It just depends on market conditions, really. So whenever you look at this right here, there's actually a very simple pattern being printed right here. And does it play out? Doesn't it play out? And here we go. It's a Adam and Eve reversal pattern. So we can break above this level here. We can sit there and probably zoom in on the 4-hour chart. So what we can do to sit there and see if we are going to get this pullback or not. And even if we do get that pullback all the way down here, it's just going to be a bigger cup. So even if we do kind of come down and kind of come up, we might be looking at just a bigger cup formation. But say we do break above this line, we're going to be looking for bullish volume confirmation. We're going to be looking for the retest, and we'll look for the 4-hour SMA9 to go through the neckline of this pattern to help all confirm it. Also, too, whenever you get a break above it, so one thing that people always look for is the volume confirmation. Now, if you have the indicator Lux Algo or bullish fair value gaps, the other thing I like using for confirmation too is that clean, solid green candle close on it with a bullish fair value gap that kind of comes back down in that you can kind of retest it, wherever that fair value gap lies at. So that's my other confirmation for that as well too. That's something that I personally just added myself on to help confirm breakouts.
Right. Now, and this is gold, guys. This is gold. This is like, you don't need even to see altcoin setups. You just need to know what's going to happen with the market next. And we will be going over altcoin setups. Today, we've already gone over the hour. We're at an hour and 15 minutes. It's been an absolutely fantastic episode because you're getting the real alpha. And that's showing you how to get positioned, how to get into trades, and what you need to do next. So Watchman's asking if we could do night before we sign off. I don't know how we're doing on time.
We'll do night, and then we got to sign off.
All right, we'll do a quick update on night just because Watchman is in the group, and we give preferred access to people who are in the group, guys. So if you want to get your charts called out here on YouTube and more in-depth analysis, join the group. While Rob's pulling that up, the link is in the description for BYDFI. You'll be taken to our verification bot for Telegram. You sign up to BYDFI, no KYC, just use your Gmail. Any deposit, $5, $10, transfer it to your futures account, and you will get a free $100 bonus. It's a no-brainer, and you're going to get access to all of these setups in real time. And we're about to have some amazing trading, so you don't want to miss out on that.
All right, so night. So he's in the group, so he knows that I posted a short on night, now a short on night. So where are we at right now? We technically actually hit TP1. I'm going to sit there and say we hit this bullish order block. So we're going to be looking to see if this bullish order block can hold or not, or hold right now. Where we got entry at was a bearish retest of this trend line right here, and we did long this all the way up to here, and we started making like a lower high here, lower high in this area, and we broke down from it. We came back up, bearish retested, which is also a bearish charge entry. So that is a potential bearish reversal idea. And this is the crazy thing. This is I'm bullish in this token, but this is something I've learned. Just because you're bullish in a token, you're bullish on the FA, the charts still kind of play out. So I'm looking at why everything else is running. Like this is my prediction here, that this is going to downtrend. So people are trying to wait, and we're getting all the way down into this area here. Why other things are running. So that's why I have more of a long-term short idea on this one area here. I actually closed my trade here. If we bounce up a little bit higher and get up to this trend line again, I'll probably get back in. But the idea now is what time frame. Let me look at here. Do we have the 1-day 9 yet printed on this? We are underneath the 1-day 9. We just broke it and bearishly retested it. So I think we're going to have more downside on it. As long as we are underneath the 1-day 9, it's bearish to me. I think any pumps in it, we can basically short on it until I'm going to call it out right now. I believe night could potentially be a 10x Phoenix. But the thing is, we haven't reached our death level yet, where everybody's out fearful yet. And our death level is all the way down in this area around 1.5 cents. So we get down all the way down in 1 cent zone, 2 cents, 1 cent. I'm going to be sitting there be flipping bullish, and most people are going to say that this token is dead. And that's whenever it starts going sideways and things kind of run up really hard. Now, this is like a 4-hour chart. So this can just fall down for the next month or so, month and a half, and then run up for the end of Q1. So this is something I'm going to be sitting there keeping watching on it. I'm going to sit there and set my alerts on the 1-day 9 now, and we'll be sitting there and just paying attention. Now we get above that 1-day 9 before that, then we'll sit there and we'll look for more of a bullish structure on it. So say if we do close above the 1-day 9, let me go ahead and delete all this here. Say we consolidated right here in this zone. We consolidate in this area. We start going sideways a little bit. We build support right here. We get above the 1-day 9, and we don't really have indicators really go off of just yet. But in the 4-hour time frame, we kind of do. That's kind of also why I closed my short as well too, because we might get back up in there where I can get back in. We say hold above it, and we start getting some volume on it. You can look at the volume right now. We don't have any volume right now, so nobody's trading it. Like it was really popular when it came out. Now it's just kind of nothing right now. So that's another key indication right now is just to be patient on any longs on it. There is no volume. There's nothing going on with it. Nobody has eyes on it. So we're going to be looking for that just to kind of go, maybe come back up. We'll draw a trend line right here. My next short entry may potentially be against this trend line right here. Let's go into this 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart. So yeah, we're kind of just looking for the next. I mean, the short entry actually might have been right here. I kind of missed it, but if we come back up here and make a double top in this bearish, this is a bearish break of structure entry. We come back down here. We might be looking at so now that I'm kind of looking at it, this is a descending. So as you can see, I'm building different ideas in my head all at the same time, just looking at different structures on this. Right. I'm now seeing a bearish descending triangle. So I'm having more confluence, more downside still. And now we get all the way up to this trend line as well too. That would be the best short entry. So we might break this order block, get all the way back up here, and then come down. What would be the profit of this right here would be $0.06. So that pattern there is telling me 6 cents. So that's right there is what I'm kind of playing with night as of right now. So we could set alerts on that zone right here. I'll go a little bit above. So right here, and I'll set alerts right here as well too. So between 7 and 6 cents, that zone here, we'll start paying attention to it for a good long opportunity. And we might be at that bottom of that trend line that I have built there as well too. And for the next long, and we might be able to long up. So if that kind of confirms, let's go ahead and put that trend line there back on. Sorry, a lot of information at once, a lot of stuff I'm looking at one time.
Yeah, yeah, but there's a lot of gems. So you guys got to rewind and go back and watch this because this is going to help you become a better trader as well as you see Rob's thought process.
So this is parallels right here. That'll be more of the center of the parallels. So if you ever use parallels, you can kind of look at, so when you get your one trend, then you go down to the next low or whatever. So say if you make a trend on these lower highs, you go down to your low here, you put it on there. It's going to kind of give you an idea of a parallel trend that you might be printing here. So if you get back down to the center and it has a dotted line right in the middle, so that kind of lines up right at the dotted line. There's a lot of times where you'll see things kind of come down, like it'll kind of go like this. They'll kind of come down to that center, kind of go like that, back up, and then down.
And as it does come up, I mean, like you said, a lot of people on X will be saying that it's going to break out, that it's a bullish token, but like that's not potentially what we're seeing here in the charts.
Yep. So it's just starting this downtrend here. Now, that there, when it gets down in this area, it might be look for a long area to get back up to here, then re-short it back down to here. And once you start getting down in those areas, no short areas, right, in these areas, when we start getting down these lows here, that's when you're going to be really want to pay attention. That's when we could potentially be getting into the nice, strong 10x Phoenix zones where everybody just says it's dead. I mean, that's the idea. That's the name behind the Phoenix. It dies and comes back to life.
Right. So guys, on that note, Watchman, there you go as preferential treatment for being in the group. And thanks for all your support. And Martin, I just wanted to shout out to you. You said the attack on Venezuela marks the end of the petrodollar and USA as a superpower. That's a big statement right there and a lot to think about. But we do appreciate you tuning in, Martin. We'll follow that situation closely. Watchman also believes your wife can probably do a backflip after learning that she's a hip hop dancer. Lots of fun stuff on the show today, guys. So, I mean, yeah, Raw Food Writer, shout out to you. It's good to see you back. and let's go. That's right. So you know what we're doing, guys. We're going to be launching that fitness channel in our group as well. If you're interested, pop on over there. And now you've got your setups going into tomorrow. Be patient, potentially get in on that retest, and pay attention. Join the group. Link is in the description, guys. It's now is as good a time as ever to be part of this movement. So that being said, Rob, shout out to you and all your amazing analysis today. I mean, that's truly a gem and a gift to you guys for free here on this channel. So if you like it, smash the like, hit the subscribe, and share this with your friends. And we will be back for another episode tomorrow at 3:30. So see you tomorrow, guys.
Have a good night.